You Are Not So Smart by David McCraney. Chapter 15. The Argument from Ignorance. The Misconception. When you can't explain something, you focus on what you can prove. The truth. When you are unsure of something, you are more likely to accept strange explanations. There is a pleasant sense of wonder that can fill your heart when you take in the natural world and realize how much you don't know. How does the mighty oak spring from a lowly acorn? How does a river carve out a vast canyon? How could the universe begin from a microscopic dot and explode into all the matter and energy you see today? How can you be thinking about calling someone right as they dial your number and tell you they were thinking of you too? It's easy to succumb to mystical thinking when you compare what you know for sure to the vast expanse of things yet unsolved. If you aren't up to date on the latest scientific research, you may put concepts like tiny seeds becoming giant plants in the realm of the unknown. You probably met people like this, who sees things like magnets and Stonehenge as unsolved mysteries. People in awe of such things see them as magical and mysterious, or perhaps believe the explanation is beyond modern human comprehension. The emotion roused when you are humbled by the splendor of nature and the ingenuity of ancient people are nice. It feels good to ponder the mysterious. The only problem with these emotions is science has explained much of the world both outside and inside your head. This is a bummer for fans of Mystic Meg or Ridley's Believe It or Not. More recently, most haunted and ghost towns have earned big ratings by showcasing the spooky stuff science has ruined. Outside of science, mystical New Age props like crystals and dowsing rods play on your tendency toward pattern recognition. You took for cause and effect, but when the cause is unclear, you commit a logical fallacy by thinking all the possible causes are equal. That strange feeling when you get when you walk into an old house. Could it be haunted? Or could it be a haunting? Are those strange creaks and bumps attempts at communication from the spirit realm? The strange lights in the sky? Are they aliens preparing to probe unsuspecting farm families? Did those tracks in the forest come from a friendly, misunderstood Bigfoot? Most of what gets filed under the realm of the paranormal is the result of people committing the argument from ignorance fallacy, or argumentum ad ignorantiam, if you prefer the Latin logic terminology. Put it simply, this is when you decide something is true or false because you can't find evidence to the contrary. You don't know what the truth is, so you assume an explanation is as good as another. Maybe those lights were alien spacecraft. Maybe not. You don't know. So you think like the likelihood they are intergalactic visitors is roughly the same as those lights being from a helicopter far away. You can't disapprove something you don't know anything about. And the argument from ignorance fallacy can make you feel as though something is possible because you can't prove otherwise. You know this book is in your hands right now, but when you leave the room, you can't be sure it does not come to life and eat your carpet fluff for sustenance. Despite this, you don't feel inclined to lock away this book at night just in case it builds up enough strength to devour your face. You not being able to disapprove this book secretly hungers for flesh does not improve the odds it does. The same holds true for leprechauns and unicorns, fairies and the Loch Ness Monster. These things aren't more likely just because you can't prove they don't exist. The lack of proof neither confirms nor denies a proposition. Is there life on the other planets? We can't say yes or no just because it hasn't been discovered yet. No matter how you feel about the question, you would be incorrect to assume the lack of evidence proves your assumption. At the same time, you can just live your life so open-minded you never accept proof. Was Michael Jackson a time traveler, sent from the future to teach the world to moonwalk? You can exactly prove this is false, but there is enough evidence to the contrary to assume he was a singer born in 1958, not a Time Lord from 3022. Some people think the Holocaust didn't happen, or human beings never walk on the moon, but there is plenty of evidence for both. People who refuse to believe such things claim they need more evidence before they can change their minds. But no amount of evidence will satisfy them. The shred of doubt allows them to argue from ignorance. You Are Not So Smart by David McCraney.